nikaa na rafiki yangu mmoja ambaye kwamba nilimwamini sana. Nampigia simu namwambia naja nyumbani nitengezee basi sigara zangu za bangi. Kumbe yeye yanitilia unga. Nikaja nikakataa kuenda kwa ule rafiki yangu. Sasa nikaanza kusikia ile tofauti. Nikampigia simu nikamwambia mimi ni mgonjwa. Akanambia wewe si mgonjwa. Mimi ngoja naja. Kufika pale ananiambia dawa yako ni hii. Nikamwambia ushaniua ndugu yangu. Kwa nini ulifanya hivi?
Baba wa watoto wangu. Naye ndo mwanamume wangu wa kwanza ambaye nimezaa naye. Kumbe alikuwa anatumia mihadarati na mimi nilikuwa sijui. Kwa nafuta bangi peke yake. Kumbe yeye ananitilia kwa ile bangi na mimi sijui.
Rafiki yangu alikuwa ni baharia, walikuwa wanaenda na meli nje, wakirudi baada ya miaka 2 mwaka anatuletea hii ndiyo bangi ya wazungu ya powder, wacha hii yenu ya majani. Ndio hapo nilijua heroin or brown sugar.
Sina kutumia sema because of curiosity. Nikataka kujua inaonja vipi, mtu akivuta nasikia vipi. Nikaona hii bangi naona tu kama kitu kadacha nijaribu hii heroin. Nilipoanza kuvuta heroin kumbe ilikuwa hiyo ni balaa nimejiingiza kwa sikujua.
Twatamani yani haya mambo yatokee, suluhisho la kuwa yaishe. Lakini sasa kila tukijaribu, twajaribu pale nyumbani tunazungumza na watoto wetu. Lakini sasa mtoto akitoka hapo nje akifika hata hapo stage tu, migoka ya uzwa hapo, bangi la uzwa hapo, sisi hatuna nguvu, twashindwa.
Hakuna siku katika hiyo miaka yote imepita bila mwili wangu kudunga sindano, na si moja wala si mbili.
Substance abuse is prevalent in many societies around the world, including Kenya.
Nikila hizi natulia. Nikizikosa hizi basi la wazaniona hata barabarani huko kama nimechanganyikiwa huko. Na usinitambue.
Ninaumwa na wa wiki. Nakosana na kila mtu, siko sawa. Hata mtoto haja kufanya kitu kidogo kulingana vile hujapata unga, wewe ni mkali. Unampija mpaka majirani wanashindwa una nini. Kumbe ni roast hujapata, lakini ukipata unatulia. Sasa inabidi ukipata jambo la kwanza ni unga ndo angalie mtoto.
Alcohol and drug abuse has zombified many people in various parts of the country, mainly the youth, rendering them unproductive and turning them towards crime to sustain their dependency.
Niko tayari hata kumuibia yeye, lakini niende nikavute nisikie nafuu ndio niweze kujisikia niko mzima.
Nimeiba, nimefanya umalaya, nimekoni watu, yani familia yangu paka ikanitenga, nikakuwa sina maana katika familia yangu.
Tunaomba watu wajitokeze, watusaidie kutulipia hata kwenda rehabu, tuko tayari. Hata leo niko tayari kuachana na huu uraibu.
It is a recognition of the growing challenge of substance abuse in our nation that led to the establishment of the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA.
NACADA is a national agency that is responsible for coordinating a multi-sectoral response to the challenge of alcohol and drug abuse in the country. We are working with quite a number of other partners, and therefore our mandate is basically to try and bring everybody on board in the war against alcohol and drug abuse in the country.
NACADA's mandate includes public education and advocacy, counseling and rehabilitation, compliance, risk management and quality control, and research, policy and planning. The institution's top decision-making organ, the Board of Directors, has 13 members. It is a strategic driver of NACADA's vision and sets policy direction for the authority. Statistics from a nationwide survey by the authority puts the national prevalence of lifetime substance use in Kenya for those aged 15 to 24 years at 37.1%, while the current substance use is 19.8%. These substances include alcohol, cannabis, injectables such as heroin and cocaine, especially by the use of heroin, a substance categorized as a hard drug which is highly addictive.
Nilikuwa ni mtu wa kwenda mbio ambazo mbio zenyewe hazina mwisho wake, ni always mbio, nipate nitumie nifikirie, nipate nitumie nifikirie, ikawa mzunguko wangu ni huo tu.
While the problem of alcohol and drug abuse was found to be prevalent in many parts of the country, the coastal region was particularly hard hit.
Mzigo wa uraibu wa madawa ya kulevya na pombe, mzigo mzito unabebwa na Mombasa, kwa sababu katika region yetu ya Coast tuna watu 17,000 ambao tunajua wamepata addiction, na Mombasa inabeba kama 8,000. Kwa hivyo unaona Mombasa inabeba zaidi ya nusu ya wale, karibu ni zaidi ya nusu ya wale ambao wana uraibu huo ama wameshindwa na hiyo na kuhimili makali ya pombe na madawa.
Found in the heart of Mombasa County is Changamwe constituency, which is home to the Miritini Treatment and Rehabilitation Center. Set up following an outcry by community elders that drug dependence was rendering the youth unproductive, and a subsequent presidential directive in August 2015, the center provides treatment and rehabilitation services to help patients overcome their dependence on substances of abuse.
Ilikuwa imeathiri pakubwa sana kimaendeleo. Watoto wetu wengi walikuwa wamekula madawa mpaka hakuna kitu anaweza fanya cha maana. Hata umwambie tu kuchimba, kazi ya kuchimba mtaro, hata kazi kwa vijana ilikuwa inawashinda.
Kuna baadhi ya watu wazazi walipata kuibiwa vitu vyao. Sisi maimamu tulikuwa tukifuatwa. Hakuna kadhaa mtu fulani ametufanyia hivi, yeye amekimbia na vitu vyangu. Sasa tukawa tumejukumika sana katika hali hiyo. Lakini kwa sasa tunashukuru kwa muda mchache kwamba NACADA imeingia sehemu yetu ya Miritini. Tunashukuru mabadiliko yanaonekaniwa.
Vijana wetu walikuwa wabaya sana, walikuwa ni wahalifu, wanavuta bangi, wanakula unga, wanakaba watu. Tunashukuru kutoka mradi uletwe hapa, umetusaidia sana sana tu vizuri. Naomba uendelee, sababu unaonyesha vijana wetu si vile walikuwa.
Converted from a former National Youth Service camp, the center is a multi-agency initiative that incorporates other relevant government agencies to ensure its smooth running.
We have brought on board literally all the critical agencies of government, like Kenya Bureau of Standards, Public Health, and of course Counterfeit Authority, and many other agencies, the police, the Attorney General's office. All these are brought on board to ensure that we are able to execute our mandate.
Right now tuna operate two programs, an outpatient program and an inpatient program. So the outpatient program ilianza February 2020, ambapo sasa hapa tuko na vijana ambao wanakuja hapa kwa facility in the morning, wanapata medication. Kwa hivyo wanakuja hapa, tuko na ile tunaita medical assisted therapy program ama MAT program. Hawa sasa wanapata hiyo dawa ya methadone, alafu pia tunapatia psychosocial support na pia feeding program tuko nao hapa. Now that is the outpatient program. Tumeanza an inpatient program ambao sasa hii tunavyoongea tuko na hiyo ni wanaume ambao tumeanzisha, tuko nao hapa, tunawatibu, tuko nao hapa Miritini kwa inpatient program ambao wanakaa hapa kwa program for a minimum of 3 months. Kwa hivyo hao bado wanapata matibabu, wanakuja hapa na matatizo yao tunawafanya detox, tunawapatia all other medication, tunawapatia psychosocial support and all the forms of program rehabilitation tunawapatia hapa. Kwa hivyo tuko na program mbili ya outpatient na inpatient.
At the Miritini Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, patients are welcomed at the waiting area.
When the clients come from out, before we put him or her on the program, we start by screening, which is done by our able counselors, just to make sure that the client has agreed on the program and is really in need of assistance. After that, the client will go through some screening tools, then do some lab just to be sure that he was on heroin. Because with the methadone which we are using as part of treatment is only used on heroin dependents.
Among other services we offer is clinical services. Some clients come when they are sick. They are seen by a clinical officer. They are medicated. We also do a few laboratory tests, such as testing of hepatitis, especially hepatitis C, HIV, and also drug screening. We do things like brief interventions. We also do crisis management. We do counseling, and we also provide or offer aftercare services.
Recreational therapy is also provided, including indoor games like pool, and clients also relax and share experiences while watching television. This group therapy helps engage them and prevents the onset of depression.
The activities keep them active. We say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So when they are engaged, at least their mind is active. They run up and down, they're tired, they come take bath. There's no need to take medication. They go back to sleep.
The center also trains recovering clients on income-generating activities and provides land for some to grow vegetables and earn income for themselves.
Sasa nilivyoanza kunywa methadone nikaona pia kunywa methadone na kwenda nyumbani itakuja saidia kitu chochote. Nikabidi sasa nje shughuli yote nifanye, kwa sababu kaambiwa kwa kukaa hivi bila kufanya chochote naweza kufanya nikarudi maeneo tena. Ndio nikaomba mkubwa hapa Karisa, nikamwelezea nataka kuchukua program nianze kufanya shamba. Akaniambia ni wazo zuri sana, akanisupport, akanilia mbegu, akanilia kila kitu. Kaambia nikitaka chochote nimwambie atanisaidia upande huo.
NACADA is in the process of improving and constructing more structures at the facility so as to make it a center of excellence in treatment and rehabilitation of persons with substance use disorders.
Included in the master plan are about 5 key structures that are supposed to be developed. We were informed by our technical teams the relevant structures that are supposed to be put in the master plan that speaks to the holistic cycle of treatment, rehabilitation and reintegration. So in the master plan we have the clinic, which is supposed to be a 4-story building to cater for both the outpatient at the lower at the ground floor and the inpatient at the other floors. We are also supposed to have the training center to take care of psychosocial support of our clients. It's also supposed to be a story building. We are standing next to a multi-purpose hall, which is supposed to be used as a dining hall as well as a kitchen for this particular facility. It is expected to have a capacity of 100 packs. In the master plan, you're also supposed to have an administration block, which is also supposed to house our officers for purposes of managing this particular center. We also expected to develop the workshops. Workshops are supposed to address a critical aspect of treatment and rehabilitation because it addresses the skill sets development so that our clients, when they leave the center, they'll be able to have a skill to enable them earn a living outside this particular center.
Some of the structures to be put up at the center include a multi-purpose hall which will have a kitchen, dining hall, social hall and offices. Other buildings in the architectural master plan are an administration block, clinic, 2 modern hostels for male and female clients, staff quarters, and a training center. The Miritini Treatment and Rehabilitation Center is working towards having an inpatient facility that will house male clients and female clients at a go.
We are already setting up one of the female hostels to admit female clients. We are looking at providing quality services at Miritini. We'll provide medication for these clients. We provide good nutrition because nutrition is very key to managing addiction. We will also do follow-up, very well structured follow-up program, because we've realized there's a gap in aftercare services in the country.
Our dream for Miritini is to have a center of excellence for the treatment of people with substance use disorders. A comprehensive package of interventions that will address issues of the clinical issues, will address rehabilitation, will also finally allow them to acquire some skill that they will depend on as they leave the facility.
NACADA also collaborates with the county government of Mombasa by providing testing kits from the county's Kisaoni facility. In addition, NACADA works closely with the community, partnering with local community-based organizations, CBOs, and civil society organizations, CSOs, working towards reducing, preventing, and managing substance dependence.
Drug and substance abuse is a community challenge, and we are not very well placed within community. And for that reason, to be able to reach out to our clients within the community, we have deliberately gone out of our way to try and identify critical stakeholders within the community who are like our frontline teams within the community. Why we do that is to be able to get their support in identifying the problematic issues within the community that are related to drugs and substance abuse, and to help us actually in the screening, the initial processing of these clients before they can be brought on to Miritini.
One such organization is a Muslim Education and Welfare Association, MEWA, which provides both treatment and rehabilitation services to clients.
MEWA ni shirika ambalo linafanya kazi na watu wanaotumia mihadharati. Tunajulikana kama MEWA Health and Harm Reduction Service, ambao tunafanya kazi Mombasa, Kilifi na Lamu counties.
Athari za utumiaji wa madawa ya kulevya zikawa zinaonekana dhahiri hapa Mombasa na kila mahali. Familia ziliweza kuathirika kwa ukubwa. So MEWA wakawa na kitengo chao kikita cha MEWA Health ambacho kinaweza kusaidia wale watu ambao wanatumia madawa ya kulevya.
MEWA has been serving the Mombasa area since 2001 and has among its staff outreach workers, paralegal officers and field officers that visit drug dens and counsel substance users.
Maisha yetu yanazidi kufanya nini? Zontek. Hata saa hizi tukimake decision saa hizi ya kwenda kutumia saa hii, bado the same consequences zita happen. Kwa pamoja. So we need to change that.
Tuna sensitize drug users kuhusiana na masuala rate zao, we document violence cases and all other cases related to them, kufanya case follow-ups, we do prison visits, sensitization of duty bearers like wakubwa law enforcers, watu ambao kuna authority like the magistrates, prison wardians and watu katika community ambao wako the influential ambao wanasaidiana katika kuensure mlengwa ambaye ni drug users anapata haki zake na huduma za kiafya na huduma za kimatibabu kama vile raia mwingine yoyote.
MEWA has a female facility for treating and weaning female substance users, as well as a safe house for those without a home.
Hii tunaita female shelter house, female rescue center, adherence center. Ni mahali ambapo kina mama ambao wameathirika ni mihadharati, wamedhoofika kwa mihadharati, wamedhoofika kwa maradhi ya virusi vya ukimwi, ya maradhi ya TB, ama wanatumia methadone, wachukua tukawaweka hapa na tukawapatia huduma stahili. Wanakaa hapa muda ambao wao wanataka, na baadaye baadhi yao huwafundisha kazi za mikono na kurudi katika maeneo na majumba yao.
NACADA also partners with the Reach Out Trust, a civil society organization that identifies and rehabilitates substance users, trains them in income-generating activities, traces those who may relapse, and brings them back to the treatment plan.
Our work is in the prevention and intervention services for people who use drugs, and we established it in 2003 with the purpose of rehabilitation first, to be able to give a full array of services in terms of drug dependency treatment, to be able to reach out and being able to admit people within the rehabilitation. Our rehabilitation is a holistic approach to be able to give an alternative way to come back to the community and be a better person. So we started by being trained by NACADA on the issues of drug and substance abuse, addiction, certification development, and also recovering coaches to be able to have calibers of people who can be able to train and also give right information in terms of rehabilitation.
The Reach Out Trust also provides legal services to substance users on a pro bono basis.
Moja katika activity kama community paralegal tunazifanya ni kuweza kuhamasisha ndugu zetu walioathirika na madawa ya kulevya, vile vile ni kuweza kuwapatia uwezo na access to their right, to kuwapatia ufahamu wa kuweza kupata access to their justice system, na vile vile pia kupata ufahamu upande wa access to their right to health services.
Community outreaches are also being undertaken to sensitize the public on the dangers of substance abuse and offering the available programs to users who may want to drop the vice.
All of our programs, both for public education and the ones for treatment and rehabilitation, we have a psychoeducation component that actually intermarries the two, where we are able to help you understand that when you start substance use, when you get to a particular level, you now have a mental illness, and therefore you need to be able to be treated. The other thing we highlight clearly is addiction management employs a multidisciplinary team approach involving a psychiatrist who is able to manage this particular mental illness. We have the social workers who will do the follow-up. You have the psychologists and the counselors to be able to deal with the psychosocial issues that might be predisposing or precipitating this particular issue. So during our psychoeducation classes or our sessions, we are able to highlight that the two are together. When you use particular substances, they will mimic a mental illness or they will aggravate a mental illness. Therefore, assessment is critical.
These forays into the community include visits to drug dens where field officers engage active substance users.
Wengi wanatuna uraibu lakini hawajui madhara yake. Sasa nikifika kule na wahamasisha kuhusu na jinsi ya kutumia, na kama hata pia utatumia, basi kama kuna mraibu wa sindano, una sindano safi watu tunawapelekea, ambapo akitumia sindano ile iko na maji yake, iko na filter yake, iko na kibude chake. Sasa huwa tunawapelekea sindano, condom na chakula, hygiene pack, pia saa nyingine watu tuna nguo pia tunawapelekea. Tunaenda na washauri pale, wanaongea nao, kama mimi nikiongea nao tunarifaa.
As a result of these interventions in Mombasa, some former substance users are leading a fully productive lives.
Niweza kuacha madarati, niweza kupata mtoto. Sasa niko na familia yangu, niko na mtoto wangu. Naweza kumiliki mimi mwenyewe kwa uwezo wa ile kipato ninachopata katika hili shirika la Reach Out, na kuweza kumsaidia mtoto wangu, na niko na nyumba nimepangisha hapa katikati ya town na naweza kujimudu mwenyewe.
Pia at least kuna some activity tunafanya. Kuna shambani, kuna mats hizi tunatengeza, kuna mapilo tunatengeza. Hata mtu akiwa mgonjwa at least anapata matibabu vizuri.
Nikajifundisha hapa kulima, nikafanikiwa pia kulima, nikaona nisaidia pia nikipata mavuno nauza kwa rehabu. Sasa napata kitu kidogo hapo, naenda naweka, nikiuza kama dania 50, nikiuza tuta mboga 50 huko, nikiuza watermelon kwa 100 naenda naweka. Baadaye nikifika nimepata kitu zuri, sasa nanunua kama ni suare, nikanunua nguo, nikaanza badilika. Nilikuwa niko kwa sasa hata kwa life yangu kwa unmanageable kabisa, sasa kujimanage.
Venturing beyond existing substance users, NACADA and partnering stakeholders also engage in preventive initiatives.
We identified 116 vulnerable women nationwide, whom together with a partner based in America, we raised money to support their NHIF cover for 1 full year, that is 12 months. And as one of the criteria we were looking into is women who are vulnerable because their husbands or their children are in active addiction. They have abandoned their families, young children who have gotten into addiction and could benefit from this women's NHIF cover. And that is why we are in partnership with NHIF, which has considered addiction treatment and rehabilitation as one of their key service area to support people who are needy.
They are trying to nip the root causes of the drug problem that is endemic to the coast region by collaborating with schools to teach the young generation on the dangers of substance abuse.
In schools, we have something like the Life Skills Program. The Life Skills Program is basically designed for young primary school students, pupils, so that they are able to identify the drug of abuse and try to say no to drug use.
Kwale tualia, mihandarati shule imezidi, imekita, na tusipobadilisha masomo kwale itaathirika vibaya. Ningeomba na naomba wazazi tushikane mkono. Tumeambiwa tuzikate tamaa.
Asanteni tena wamama, walimu, washauri kwa kuchukua muda wenu kuja kuongea na sisi na kutuambia changamoto ambazo mnazipitia hapa kwa vijiji, Msambweni, Matuga na hata kwa mashule.
Outside the schools, of course, we have what we call the workplace. Workplace, by the way, is one of our biggest concern. And we have witnessed very serious and seriously high preferences of abuse in our workplaces. And of course, the effects on absenteeism, illnesses, low productivity, which obviously affects those institutions where they work.
An unproductive employee is not going to be of benefit to your organization. And likewise, that translates also to the employee and their family. Because now if he is going to be laid off because of addiction, it has this effect on the wider society. So I think greater attention actually should be paid by employers.
We have introduced an indicator on alcohol and drug abuse in institutions, which actually demands that the institutions must carry out certain specific activities within their institutions, and we have also given guidance on how to address addiction issues within the organization.
Realize that this is something that all of us are either affected or infected. The whole society, it is increasing. We have also realized that it is very expensive to deal with the treatment, so it's better with prevention is better. We are going to treat those who are already affected, and also this will deal with their families. And for those who have not started, we might prevent them from going into drug abuse.
From the training, we've gotten that NACADA and other different institutions can be able to accommodate such youth so as they may be taken for rehabilitation or any other help that they may need from health services or different institutions that offer guiding and counseling, so as they may be counseled and accommodated back to the society.
By establishing NACADA, the government signaled its desire to have a nation free from alcohol and drug abuse.
For a nation to prosper, we need to have the people who can help in the development. Kenya, I know we are endowed with a large number of youth, and we want this youth to have their brain clear, to be physical enough to do the work, and also to have clarity of mind, especially so that they can innovate in the ways that we want to go in agriculture, in ICT, mention in any of the, and they cannot do it if they are addicted to alcohol and also to drugs.
NACADA is calling upon communities and citizens of goodwill to help prevent and manage the vice at the grassroots in the footsteps of MEWA and the Reach Out Trust, because a healthy nation is a productive nation, a nation where everyone contributes to nation building.
We want to call upon all our stakeholders to join us in making this Miritini Center a world-class center where other countries can come and benchmark with, and so that in that process of rehabilitation can be reduced in kind of the services that are being offered to the young people.
Also, we are encouraging the county governments also to set up county treatment and rehabilitation centers, which will also be available for Kenyans all over. And the one for Miritini will be like a referral, and will be the one that will be a center of excellence and will be in charge of all the other county centers and facilities.